Good morning, church. Y'all can have a seat. All right, so I'm going to pray before I get started. So thank you, Lord God, for just bringing us here today, Lord God. Thank you, Lord God, for this Youth Sunday, Lord God. Just thank you for just bringing us here all together, safe and healthy, Lord God. Lord God, I ask you just to speak through me, Lord God. Whatever it is that you want your people to hear, Lord God, let them be able to hear it, Lord God. In Jesus' name, amen. 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 So, this message is kind of almost part two of last month's message that I brought forth. And if you don't remember, last month I spoke on Harriet Tubman and how great of a person she is and how she showed her faith, and it was just wonderful. If you haven't seen the Harriet movie, please do. But near the end of that message, I spoke about how willing she was to go back and save her people, and how powerful that was, and how it was time for us as a people to stand up. And then, like a couple weeks later in Bible study, we were reading Mark 14. And in it, Bishop said something. He was like, how far are you willing to go? And that question struck me. I was like, how far am I willing to go? How far am I really willing to go to help someone that is in need? So that phrase has stuck with me for like the past month. I feel like God's been speaking to my spirit with that. So that is the title of my message. How far are you willing to go to help someone?
All right.
So I'm going to start with what we read in Bible study, actually. Mark 14, verses 3 through 9. Mark 14, verses 3 through 9. And it reads, and being in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, as he sat at meat, there came a woman having an alabaster box of ointment of spikenard, very precious. And she brake the box and poured it on his head. And there were some that had indignation within themselves, and said, why was this waste of the ointment made? For it might have been sold for more than 300 pence, and have been given to the poor. And they murmured against her. And Jesus said, let her alone. Why trouble ye her? She hath wrought a good work on me. For ye have the poor with you always, and whensoever ye will, ye may do them good. But me ye have not always. She have done what she could. She is come aforehand to anoint my body to the burying. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached throughout the whole world, this also that she have done shall be spoken of for a memorial of her. Amen. So that part that struck us when Bishop mentioned about the fact of how far would you go, was speaking on, starting at that verse 3, and talking about how she had that alabaster box of ointment, of spikenard, which is, I looked it up because I was like, what in the world is spikenard? Spikenard is an essential oil. It is a wonderful essential oil to use for meditation, for prayer, and other spiritual applications. Amen. So this ointment really had a spiritual meaning to it. Yeah. And this woman, she took this ointment and she took it upon herself. It's kind of like what the equivalent of today would be a really expensive perfume, right? The equivalent would be, what'd you say?
Coco Chanel.
Coco Chanel, as Bishop said. Or whatever fancy perfume you like. And you would take that perfume, you just walking around with it, you have it on you, because you know every once in a while you want to spritz yourself. And you come across Jesus. And you take that fancy perfume that you would probably spend a good amount of money, like the real good ones is up there in price. They're like $200, $300. Yes. And you took this $300 bottle of perfume, you broke it, you took all that, and you poured it on this man named Jesus. And these people are watching you do it. Like, what is wrong with you? You were taking $300 of perfume and putting it on this man. What are you doing? And they would look at you like you're crazy. And maybe they should look at you like you're crazy. But she knew what she was doing. She knew that she was preparing Jesus for a greater calling, because he was getting ready to be crucified.
That's right.
And she was getting him ready for his burial. Yeah. And the disciples that was around him didn't understand what was going on, despite the fact that Jesus had told them like 4 times by now that he is going to die, that he's going to rise again. He's told them what's going on, but I guess they're not internalizing. They don't want to believe it, because that's their friend. That's the person they've been following. They love this man. They don't want to see him dead. But they were confused about why she would use this for that purpose. And then they got mad at her, like, wait a minute, that's worth $300. Or what they had, 300 pence. That's worth a lot of money. You could have used that to give to the poor. You could have used it for anything. And Jesus, he rebuked them. He's like, what are you doing? Don't say nothing to her. She knew what her purpose was. She knew what that good work was. So